Isn't it crazy we live in a world where GTA Episode 6 is before GTA 6? Wow, crazy. Welcome to Gaming Takes Ages, Episode 6. I am Teal.
No, you're not Teal. I'm Teal.
Oh, I've been diddled again.
Does that make me Emil?
Yes.
Congratulations.
You're Emil, and Teal is actually...
James. Obviously.
No.
Ah!
That's a reference
You're supposed
to
to introduce the guest, not
no,
Teal.
that's a reference to 10 years ago.
It's true.
That no one will get. So it's way better. No. Hi, Lewis. Hi. How are you?
Hi. What's up? How are we doing, everybody? Hi.
Good. Hi. Let's say hi some more times.
Let's just let's make sure everyone's here. Everyone's saying hello.
The stupidest introduction we've ever done.
Well, Lewis,
I'm happy to have helped. I played my part.
I call it Gattaca or Gaytaca.
Yeah.
Because GTA is already taken.
Yeah, the first.
I like attack.
Yeah, I've been reading it as Gattaca. It sounds like a better version of Kotaku, which I think we are.
Well, as well, like Gaytaca, it's the kind of thing that you read. You know when you like read something a lot and you're like, what is that? And then you finally find out what it is, and it's like something you knew as a different name. And do you know that example from anything? I'm trying to think of one.
I know the feeling, but I can't think of an example for you.
It's going to come to me later when we're not recording.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Well, yeah, we usually...
one is Fwill. No, not Fwill. What is it? Twill. I would always read Twill, and I was like, what is Twill? And it's the world ends... No, wait, the world ends...
that's Twiwi. Twiwi is the world ends with you.
Twiwi.
Yeah, okay,
there is one that is like that, though.
Hignafy, have I got news for you?
Yes.
Hignafy, yeah.
Yeah. No, Fwill is you made the Fwill noise in Phoenix Wright when someone did shorthand for what it's worth. Fwill.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just never seen that written down as Fwill before. But it's
like,
pretty good.
It's the kind of thing you see like Gattaca. Like, what is Gattaca? What's this Gattaca that everyone's talking about? Because of course everyone is talking about this podcast.
Oh, there's so many Gattaca games. Like
you find out,
Genshin Impact. And
they'd be like, actually, it's Gaytaca, and it's about this amazing podcast about games from 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, wow, this intrigue built up around whatever Gaytaca was. But another thing, we could also call it gauges.
Yeah. You
just take away the Ming takes A, and then you just get gauges. It's a great name.
Yeah.
I kind of vibe with that.
We support both of those things here on this podcast.
We sure do. Yeah.
Listeners at home, what do you think?
I love valves as well. Valves, gauges, anything like that is great.
They're similar things.
Yeah, really important.
We could just call ourselves the Valve Podcast.
Yeah. We could do that. I'm sure we wouldn't get sued. No, sir.
I'm pretty sure Gabe Newell would be steaming mad at that.
Oh, it took me so long to realize that it's called Steam because Steam comes out of valves.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
You're saying that like you only just realized.
Yeah, your face then was like, pretend that I knew.
Yeah, I am 100% sure.
You know how I said before that this was the stupidest intro? It got worse.
Lewis, have you been playing games? Have you been playing games recently? What games have you been playing?
I've played a few.
Grand, tell us about them.
Recently, or the most recent game I've been playing fairly solidly is 2 Point Museum. Big fan of Bullfrog's Sims back in the day, so I've been following the 2 Point series since Hospital.
So you've been playing 2 Point Hospital. A loud saw intervened. Go on.
It did indeed. But
Hospital Museum.
Been enjoying that.
Anyway,
Museum was the one. Yes, thank you. Yeah. But I did mention Hospital, so that's bad. I've also been replaying some sort of classic stuff. I gave Banjo-Kazooie a little replay a little while ago because I love that game so dearly. Generally, though, I have to admit, sort of as time has gone on, I've become a lot more casual with my games. So I only have an Xbox now, and it's just the Series S, so I rely mostly on Game Pass. So alas, not a huge amount.
Do you want some recommendations since you've got Game Pass?
I'll happily take them. I only have standard. I don't pay for ultimate.
Fair enough. Well,
so for the day one ones,
yeah, I think they are. Well, there's the Clair Obscure Expedition 33. That is absolute peak game of the year, and Metaphor ReFantazio.
Ultimate.
Metaphor ReFantazio
that just dropped down to standard.
Yeah, that's only just come
on that. Yeah.
Please play it. It'll blow your mind. It's so good. You haven't played Persona yet. Play this. It's the same thing. It's just different.
You're right. I'm so bad. at video games.
Me.
I'm sorry. I'm a movie guy.
Yeah,
I'm a movie guy inherently.
This game is like a movie. There's like 50 hours of cutscenes. It's your thing. Like it's perfect. And a lot of gameplay in between, but movie. But cool, lovely. Well, that sounds like a lovely thing. Banjo is awesome. So
always been a classic for me.
Yeah, very nice. Emil, are you playing anything new?
I have played things.
Great.
I played things yesterday. I've been playing Omno. In fact, you gifted me Omno actually.
Yeah, I know Omno. I think
it's one of those games that sort of slips under the radar and is like, it's a fun little thing. You know, it's not like a big grand thing, but it's a fun.
It's a 3D platformer, right?
Yeah. And I've been playing a bit of Super Mario 64 as well.
Nice.
Which I like.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's a wonderful game, but it is difficult to get a grasp of the controls for sure.
Yeah,
definitely, especially nowadays.
An especially hard time with it because I've been playing it on the Switch N64
app thing,
emulator thing, and I started it. In fact, the first time I played it was a few years back on the Mario 3D Superstar All Stars, yeah. And then I was borrowing that from someone, and then they sold the game, so I lost all my progress. And then when I got the expansion, I got this, and then I started again, and then for some reason I lost my progress again. It just disappeared. My save was gone, and then I started again, and then for some reason lost it again. So take 4.
Okay. Interesting. Impressive. I don't know why that's happened, but cool. Well, cool. I've been playing Yakuza. Very different to what you've been playing. So, yeah, not in the same category in tone or gameplay. So, yeah. But yeah, no, it's been fun. I've just been trying to finish it before Switch 2 stuff, because I will be busy.
Switch 2?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's a week away, baby.
Oh, jeez, yeah, it is. Man, May has gone in a snap for me.
Yeah, it's interesting because some people have got the Switch too early, and those dirty little leakers. But Nintendo's
little leakers.
They've pulled a fast one on them because there's a day one patch on the console itself, so you can't do anything with it. So
Did you see what they're adding to the N64 emulator on Switch 2?
Rewind and CRT toggle, right?
Yeah.
CRT can't be done on Switch 1. It's impossible.
Evidently, clearly,
it's the most basic of filters, but it could not. But the Switch one is so weak. Even the Game Boy Advance had one, and yet. Yes, no, I did see that. It's very silly. Don't remember this. It might be a question. Forget it. Erase it from your minds. Stop thinking. I command you to cease remembering things. No, it won't be, because you know already. But
we will have forgotten by then.
Sure, you will. Sure.
It's true.
That's how the quiz works.
Well, every week we like to present a little thing to the ancients. Who are they? What do they want? Still don't know. So we'll give it a go. We'll work it out. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
Bye. No. So kind of had a difficult relationship with the ancients, trying to please them, and then deciding that maybe they just don't want to be pleased and that they hate us, and then coming round in the last episode, to understanding that the ancients actually want what's best for me and what's best for us. So I thought I'd just offer them something that I thought was cool and is a bit mysterious, because these ancients, they're mysterious beings. We don't really know them. We don't know what they want. So I would like for you to describe what you see.
Okay. All right.
Here.
It's
Do you see
mildly out of
this?
focus. Yes.
So obviously for people watching, they can also get an idea
It
of what
is-
they're looking at.
it is
But
a.
for the people listening,
Okay, well, it's just a white stone of sorts. It looks like it could be a piece of coral. It looks like it could be a miniature brain or a piece of gum.
It could be like seaweed popcorn.
Yes.
interesting.
Is it a piece of your
These are
brain?
great descriptions. So I was recently in the country known as Wales,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to a beach and did some beach combing, where we came across these. I have multiple of them. This is the biggest one, but there's others.
Mm.
And I have no idea what this is. We found it, and I thought, wow, this is really cool. I'm terrified to try and find out what it is, because I'm worried it's going to be something disgusting, and I have handled it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sometimes you find weird things that come out of the sea that you don't want to touch.
Crab
I,
eggs.
as a person, don't want to touch a lot of things. So hopefully it's not something disgusting. If you know what this is and know it to be something disgusting, please don't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying the mystery of this, and I also think it's cool, and I'm hoping that the ancients will also
Yeah.
agree. So if they will allow it, I
And
will.
if you're
present
watching this on YouTube and you see what it is and you know what it is and it's not disgusting, tell me that it's disgusting anyway, and I'll refer that to you so you can then be scared of it. Ooh, it's very pretty. I like the holes.
That's
Yeah, the
so
holes.
cool.
The holes are what is making me worry that it's something really gross.
Oh, so many eggs are coming out of that thing. Oh my gosh. No, I think it looks corally.
It kind of does, yeah.
I would have to
as
say.
far as I know, there's no coral reefs in Wales.
Well, maybe
But I
there
don't
is.
What part of
know.
Wales were you in?
I'm not. North Wales.
Oh yeah, big ups. That's where I studied, man. That's where I studied. It's my home. Home away from home.
Lovely. Well,
True.
I thought that it would be fun if the ancients, I could give them two things in one. I could give
Good
them
idea.
I could give them some sounds, some non-copyright gaming sounds that I am doing, but also give them the concept of a quiz, because you two can try and guess what sound it is I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so they get sounds and quizzes. It's so much. They could learn so much today. How wonderful. The first one, here we go. That's the saw outside your window. Yeah, that's obviously. No, okay, here's the first one.
Oh, I cut out a bit. You're gonna have to
Oh,
do it again.
this is
yeah. But I think it's Pac-Man, right?
more
That does
specific.
sound like Pac-Man dying.
Yeah, it
Pac-Man
is.
dying.
Pac-Man.
Point to me.
Yeah, I'm aware that like
Very
some
well.
of these might cut out. All right.
Oh, it cut out. You're gonna have to do
God.
it again. I'm sorry, it cut out. You're gonna have to do
This
it
is going to be impossible.
Do it again. It happened again. Do it again. It didn't cut out a single time. I'm just messing with you.
It was a sound clip we needed 4 times.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, I know what it is. It's Mario going down a pipe.
It is / getting damaged.
Oh, is it the same?
In Mario Bros 1, yes, it's the same sound.
Interesting.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
That's Yoshi, right?
it is.
Oh yeah. This is fun. Let's do this for the entire podcast.
I've only got like 7, so. Bang. Bang.
There's a cat that I like on TikTok that makes that exact sound.
Bang. You definitely know, Emil. I mean, you both heard it, but you.
It is.
Bang.
It sounds like jumping off something. I'm just trying to think of what game it is jumping.
Oh,
off something,
is it Sonic on a bounce pad or
On a
something?
spring, yep. Bang. Yeah. Sure is. I think this one's the hardest because you might not know it, but.
That's Hannibal Lecter.
It's a helicopter.
No,
do it again.
It's not. I'm willing to tell you because I don't know if you've necessarily played this / even like heard it that often. It's escaping a battle in Final Fantasy.
Oh, fair enough. No, I wouldn't have got it.
And then finally,
cool.
That cut out, but I'm pretty sure
that one actually did cut out.
Oh, okay.
That is it's something to do with the Switch. I can't remember what.
It's going into the friends menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's a very satisfying sound. But yeah, there you go. That's
I enjoyed that quite a lot. I hope the Ancients.
It would be
great. Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be great if they did, wouldn't it?
No, the Ancients would not allow it.
Oh man.
Well, maybe we'll try that again one day. Maybe I'll come up with 50 more, and we'll do that. Maybe if there's a week where there's no games, it's like, okay, here's a sound effect quiz with my mouth. Here you go. That's the best we got.
You didn't like my weird rock either.
Yeah, no, apparently not.
I guess not.
No, the one with millions of little eggs coming out of it. Yeah, no. Oh, you've got something. Yeah.
Do you have something to potentially
suggest? The Ancients might chime in again.
You could sway them.
Oh, I hope so.
We're gonna pull this one back a little bit.
Come on, Ancients.
So
listen well.
So the reason that the way that I'm able to even have this opportunity to speak to the ancient, is because so many years ago I started doing YouTube videos in the first place, and my dear friend Teal here helped me through that, and I met lovely people like Emil through it. But there's one thing that's kind of been a constant in my journey to this point to present to the Ancients.
Crippling debt.
And irritatingly, this is maybe the first time in my life that I don't have a version of it ready to hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to offer the 2003 classic, The Simpsons Hit and Run, in the hopes that the Ancients have a good time kicking homage to the Quickie.
Oh, I'm sure they will have a lovely time with that game.
No, the Ancients would not allow it.
No, they hate it. They think it's shit. Okay, right. Well,
by that last world, I thought it was a bit shit. But
no.
In 3 years, when we get to that game in this podcast, you'll know in advance that the Ancients will not be approving of what we're doing.
Of course.
Unfortunately. Sorry to have spoiled 3 years in advance.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Almost exactly 25 years ago, on May the 23rd... Oh, wait, that's when we recorded last week's podcast. Daikatana released. So, here's the thing. Daikatana released on the Nintendo 64, April 7th in Japan, May 5th in the UK, and August 1st in America, but released on Windows, May 23rd in America, June 9th in the UK, June 30th in Japan, and July 12th in Australia. So it had a very varied release date. And if you look at the games released in 2000 page on Wikipedia, it states that it was actually the 24th, which is why I thought it was this week's one. Whoops. Sometimes we make mistakes. But
what's 2 weeks if not 1 week?
A
little stretched.
Yeah, sure.
It's just 1 week twice. That's easy.
Yeah, it was a bank holiday week. Sure, it's fine. We can get away with it. So what is Daikatana? It is a first-person shooter of sorts. You play as a swordmaster who travels through various time periods using the Daikatana, a sword tied to the fate of the world. On paper, that sounds great. However, the game was despised at launch.
Oh.
On Metacritic, only 3 official reviews are tied to it, giving it a 39 out of 100. However, there were more. The game was developed by John Romero, who co-founded id Software. Is it id or is it ID? It is
id.
I've always heard it said id.
Yeah, I thought it was id. So they're known for games like Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, Quake, extremely iconic genre-defining games. PC Zone's review criticized saying the first episode is the worst part of the game, and that Romero's reputation is based on the fact that he is the daddy of game design. Daikatana must be his illegitimate child. That's amazing review, PC Zone. Absolutely phenomenal. It has gone down in history as one of the biggest disappointments in the 2000s for games. I guess I should be more specific. There was, financial crash in the 2000s. And some other less pleasant things. But the scales are so balanced. But the AI is terrible. People just have a horrible time playing it. But the magazine ad is amusing. Do you know about the magazine ad?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
It basically had like a 2-page spread. On one side it's just Daikatana and like the logo, and on the other side it's font similar of the logo saying John Romero is about to make you his bitch.
Okay.
A line I'm sure he came to regret.
The game was good.
Yeah. However, the game is not without its followers. Modder and IT professional Frank Sapone, I think is their name, worked for over 10 years to release an unofficial patch to improve the game. And whilst the game still has problems, as it's not changing, the level design and stuff, it is a much more stable, playable game and is, most importantly, actually fun now. Romero has even promoted the mod and endorsed it and said that it's like the best way to play and you should go and do it. They did actually ask for the source code of the game, but they lost it. So they couldn't... Okay, no, not specifically. They sent the source code on like a CD-ROM or a floppy disk or something, and it just didn't work when it arrived. So it wasn't lost fully, but yeah, they had to do it from scratch. There's no quick way. But yeah, it's gone down in history as just not a good game. So that's fun. Emil, have you played it before? Do you know anything about it?
I'd never even heard of it before.
Wonderful.
You told me that we were covering it on the podcast.
Yeah, and Lewis, you know of it. I mean, you know about the magazine ad, so...
I do, yeah. I know a little bit about it. I was aware that it was kind of a big flop. It was kind of a cultural, impact moment for the game industry, as I understood it. I'm also... I can't remember... Zero Punctuation, that's it. Yahtzee, before he did his series now, he used to do a series on The Escapist. And in one video, he details everything that happened around the development of Daikatana. And it's strange to think. So John Romero, obviously, as you say, he had a huge pedigree when he was with id, and he worked primarily with John Carmack at that top point as well. And they were kind of each other's yin and yang, as I understand it, in that Carmack was really focused on functional levels, and Romero was more focused on fun levels, and they both sort of came together and worked pretty well. And when John Romero went off to do this, he apparently made a big show of throwing massive penthouse parties and living like the rock star equivalent of a game developer. And he kept sort of insisting that he was going to be an auteur and this was going to be his masterpiece. And every time a new technological advancement came out, which round about the 2000s, fairly common really, we were getting to grips with how to build better 3D games and stuff like that. Every time something new came out, he would apparently sort of insist that they not start from scratch, but build it into the game at a core level. So it kept growing outside of its own containment. And now John Romero, he made that Empire of Sin game that I kind of enjoyed until they fixed it, and then I didn't like it. So
wait, so
still not going great.
What happened? What did they fix? What?
So when Empire of Sin came out, it it kind of played a little bit like XCOM, but I think it was set in 1950s.
Yeah,
Chicago
I've heard of
or
it.
something.
Yeah,
It's like gangster.
I remember the like music from the trailer being really good.
It was, yeah, the soundtrack generally is pretty good fun. And basically they kept that when it released, it was not in a completely finished state. This is kind of a theme for Romero. But they kept sort of releasing updates to fix it. And I remember at one point we had an update, and the text at the start of the game was like, guys, we're really, really sorry we have to do this. Words to that effect. But in order for this update to work, you have to completely uninstall and reinstall Empire of Sin. This is a core update. You have to completely re-download it.
Wow.
And it functions a little bit better, but for me, strange. There's a little less charm to it in that sense. So, and I'd already played it so much in its broken state that when it got fixed, I was learning a new game from scratch. So I just stopped. But
wow.
Hey, it might still be good. Check it out if you're interested.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, they didn't just make stuff like Quake and Doom. They made games very similar, like Super 3D Noah's Ark. You know, game. It is Doom, but Noah's Ark.
Okay,
it's true.
Yeah, it is not good. It's, you know, game. You know, they. So yes, they had pedigree, but also like this wasn't their first slot. But it is interesting that it was like classed as one of the biggest disappointments of the 2000s for gaming, and it was within the first couple of months of the 2000s. Like that's a rough start. Like you gotta wonder how how everyone thought like, oh no, maybe this is where we're going. Like no, it gets better. We swear. Like it's. I mean, to be fair as well, we've already covered some games which were universally loved just a month or so beforehand. So, you know, it's like you get the good and you get the bad all the time. Like you can't have one without the other. You're always going to have huge gaming flops as you're going to have huge gaming successes. Less so now in terms of like gaming successes. Like the kind of gaming success where you're like, this is getting a 95 plus is quite a rarity now. Like you get 4 a year, maybe 5. Where it's like absolute the best thing you've ever played kind of territory. But yeah, like back then obviously there were loads because they were all just genre defining and mind blowing in their scope and what they were technically able to achieve. So it's very cool to. I love doing this because I love looking back at this kind of thing. It's really interesting, and I'm glad we have finally got to something that is not good because it's. You can't ignore them. You can't brush it under the rug and say it wasn't there. No, it was it was there. It was real. We had to experience it. So it's
he
it's
made
fun.
us his bitch.
He did.
We have to acknowledge it.
Yeah,
he really did.
He really did. He
just not in the way that you'd expect.
No, he. What a clever bit of marketing. He made us talk about it 25 years later. Brilliant, genius. That's something I couldn't have dreamed of. Wow.
Well, when the game is apparently good now, so.
I didn't say good. Said it is better. It's not. It doesn't fix everything. It fixes things. It is more fun. There's still a lot that's wrong about it, but it's But it is playable. It is fun. It is workable. But yes, there is a version.
There is, or at least was, an official version.
Yeah. Well, I got a quiz for you, because I always do quizzes. I got 2 this episode, I guess, because I did the earlier one. So, for this one, there are 6 weapons in each era of the game. I'm going to give you 3 from each era. One of them is mine. Work out which one is mine. So, the first era is 2455. 3 weapons.
I remember it well.
Disruptor Glove. Ultimate Gas Hands. In Vertigo.
Surely, Ultimate Gas Hands is not a real thing. It's just, is it
that would be my
real
guess.
thing, or
You,
is it
you want
there?
to you want to go with Ultimate Gas Hands?
It's so weird that is it a trick? I don't know. So the other,
you know what? I'm going to go for the In Vertigo.
Disruptor Glove, Ultimate Gas Hands, in Vertigo.
I feel like I have to go for Ultimate Gas Hands because if you have made it up, I just can't let you get away with it. I think there's a chance that it isn't one that you've made up, but just on the small chance that it is, I have to. I have to.
Okay, and Lewis, you're going with in Vertigo.
I'll take the Invertigo. Yeah,
You are correct.
Keep it a bit interesting. Keep it different.
It is Invertigo. I love that name. I think it's a great name.
It's pretty good.
I'm proud of that one. Era 2, 1200 BC. Ooh.
Ooh,
Vintage.
remember that one well too.
Sunflare, Cerberus's Fang, the Eye of Zeus.
I feel like it's not Sunflare. I feel like it's one of the. I don't know why you would make up Sunflare if the others were like ancient Greek related. So, is it Eye of Zeus or is it Cerberus's? I think it's the Cerberus one. I feel like you got a happy for Cerberus because you love Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, that is the only reason.
I think that's right though. You do get Cerberus's Fang in Kingdom Hearts, don't you? Saber's Fang.
You do
Saber's
not.
Fang.
You,
but I'm going to go for.
You get Saber's Fang from Sabor.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
From Tarzan.
But I will also go for Cerberus Fang.
You're correct. Yes. Very good. Era 3, 560 AD.
Oh.
Do you remember that place?
No, I was really, really sleepy at the time.
Oh, that's fair. Silverclaw, Bronte, is it Bronte? Bronte?
I don't know what you're saying.
It's a name, I think.
Yeah,
Bronte.
Like Emily Bronte?
Yeah, Bronte.
Like Emily Bronte. Yeah.
So Silverclaw, Bronte's.
Three other Bronte sisters.
Bronte's battle axe and Windrax's wisp.
I feel like maybe you've made this whole thing about not knowing how to say Bronte as a like
As a diversion tactic.
yeah.
False security.
But also like the Brontes were not
okay.
from 516 AD. So if it is to do with that, that's a weird pick.
Might not be.
I got so distracted on that one. What were the other ones?
So, Silverclaw, Bronte's battle axe, Windrax's wisp.
Windrax's wisp. Windrax's.
I'm gonna go for Silverclaw.
Good to say. I think I'm gonna go with the Bronte one.
You are correct. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to see if I can trick you.
Pretty good.
I know you too well, Teal.
Final era, 2030. Gravity Pulse.
Remember it well.
That's soon.
Gravity Pulse, Nova Beam, Kineticore. Either way, we're getting some badass weapons in 5 years' time.
I'm gonna have to go with Kineticore for one reason and one reason only. The t-shirt I'm wearing is from a thing called Kinetica Blocko.
Oh, okay.
It's too much of a coincidence for me to not pick that. So I'll go with Kineticore.
Fair. It's fair. I'm gonna go for what was the Nova one?
Nova Beam.
I'll go for. Oh no, wait. I think the Nova Beam is one. What was the first one?
Gravity Pulse.
I'm sure there's that as well, so I'm gonna go for the same one.
Kineticore.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Kineticore.
Yeah, it's Gravity Pulse. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm sure there was. Fuck. I played like 20 minutes of it. I don't know why I'm pretending like I have any idea.
Yeah, I mean that's the final era of the game. You didn't get that far in 20 minutes.
No. I assure you, I did not.
No. Unless you found a game-breaking glitch, in which case I'm sure speedrunners will want to have a call with you.
I'm actually number one in the world speedrunning.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, of course.
Any other game that might be impressive.
Well, I'm so glad. Well, there you go. Congratulations. That was a little quiz. Now we got another quiz. It's Resource time. More quizzes.
Ooh, I actually have a couple of these myself as well.
Yeah.
A couple?
Well, you only need one, but you can do both. We can find that's all good. Yeah. All right. Do you want me to start or
go? Now go.
Field feelings.
Let's hear it.
Field feelings. Field could mean a lot of things. Oh, is it field spelled FEELED or FIELD?
FIELD. I don't know the other spelling. What's the other one mean?
Well, it's not. You would say felt, but it's field.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I feel so many things.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
Field.
Right. Sorry. I've like misinterpreted what that meant, and like I thought it was some kind of like brand. Right. Got it. Okay. Yeah, no field.
Feelings. Something like plain emotions or meadow.
Would you like any sort of clue?
Yes, it's.
I'd love a clue.
What
Yes,
would you
please,
like? Year or console?
I don't mind.
Emil, you say year and I'll say console, and then we get back.
Okay. Console.
Damn.
PS2.
Okay.
PS2.
Okay.
Field feeling. So embarrassing. No, I have
It's-
no idea. Field
Have you
feeling.
seen any of these episodes? I embarrass myself for 10 minutes every single week. That gets cut down into 3 or 4.
I know, but I feel like I'm missing something so obvious.
No,
Ah!
I think with all of these, it's designed to be mean. Like with anyone's version, like it's just difficult. Would you like the year?
I don't think the year will help me, but
I
go
don't know
on.
how much it'll help, but let's do it.
Sure, 2002.
Okay. PS2, you say?
PS2.
That's early, right? For the PS2?
Yes, the PS2 launched this year.
Yeah.
And by this year, I mean
This year.
2000.
For this podcast, we actually go back in time.
Yes.
If you look outside the window, there's a bunch of technology with see-through cases.
Oh, classic stuff that they probably bought from Woolworths.
Oh,
Beautiful.
field feelings.
Mm-hmm. You may give up at any point.
I really don't want to because I feel like I'm going to be very
Yeah,
annoyed when I find out what
I
it is.
feel like I have to tap out. I have to. I don't know it.
Okay, I'm just going to count down from 10, and when you get to
Okay.
0, I will have it.
10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. But I didn't say Zir yet.
Oh no, I tried to cover my ears, but I've got headphones in, it just made you louder.
Yeah! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1.5, 1 3/4.
That's not how counting works. You've gone up.
Yes, I know. 1 5 16,
Yeah,
7
you-
16, 10.
other way.
No,
Yeah.
it's 0.
I don't
I don't
know. I don't know it.
It's a shame you said it earlier. Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
No.
okay. I wouldn't have got it.
I don't like that.
I wouldn't have got it.
I
from Field
dislike.
feelings. Sorry.
Well-
Yeah.
You've got heart. You got feelings.
Yeah, but you said field. You said field, so I was thinking stuff like pitch.
Yes, well,
Yeah, I wouldn't say Field and Kingdom were
it's
enough
what
the
it,
same
it,
thing.
it was on like quite high up on the list
It's
of,
fair.
on the site. So no, it is acceptable.
I can think of a lot of words I would pick for Kingdom before I got to Field.
Sure, but
Unless I was trying to be mean, which is what you did, Teal.
yes,
Tried to
and
be-
yet Field was still quite high on the list. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It was maybe not listed in order of relevance.
it is. That's how the website works.
No.
Well, you never know.
Incorrect.
Well, you say you got more than one, Lewis, so you go next. What's yours?
Yeah.
Your first one.
I'll give you my first one.
Is
Sure.
it Kingdom Hearts?
Is... Thankfully not.
Oh,
A
shame.
better version of Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts 2. Field
Yes.
feelings again.
Mhm.
Cadaverous ascending.
I don't know what cadaverous means, but you can't really tell me what it means because it gives away what the first one is.
Alas.
Yes.
See, I have the
Interesting.
problem where I think I maybe don't know the title of this game, but I feel like
I don't.
Oh
know.
no, I do. It is Dead Rising.
That's the one.
Oh, okay. What? So cadaverous means dead?
Yeah, like a cadaver is a
Essentially,
dead
yeah. So
body.
like a cadaver.
I've literally
is a
never heard the
corpse,
word.
So something is cadaverous.
you-
it is.
You 100%
This is
have heard of a
thesaurus.com.
cadaver before.
This is. This is thesaurus.com.
Yeah.
I didn't make the rules.
No, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying that I have just not heard the word. In the same way I had not heard vagabond, and since then I've heard it 1,000 times.
Yes, which is why I'm telling you, you had heard vagabond before, just as you have heard cadaver before.
Great.
You just have not paid attention.
Yes, it has washed over me as a word that doesn't exist in my lexicon, and now it will, and I'll hate you for all times for bringing it up. I was say, is there a game called Phoenix Rising? There's something Phoenix.
Immortals Phoenix Rising. Yeah,
That's the one. I was thinking, I was thinking that is it that? But I was like, no, I didn't say it because I was like, I feel like that's not the name of the game. I feel like there's more to it. But I couldn't think of what it was.
That's why I thought it's because I got there would be something rising, and I was like, all the games I can think of that are rising are like
that's the point to
modern games that I don't play. So.
Oh.
Hooray! Add the applause sound. I got it.
No.
You're adding the applause sound, right?
Nope.
No, don't worry, Lewis. We've got a sound effect for this that Teal adds every time I get it right.
Oh, excellent. Okay. I hope I can get one as well, yeah?
You will not. Emil, what's yours?
Okay. It's an easy one, Teal. You'd struggle so much. All you have to do is get it before Lewis gets it, okay?
For fuck's sake.
You can do this. I
will pay you £10,000 to not talk now.
I could do with that money right now.
Let's go.
Don't
Let's go. Come on, what we got? Come on.
Okay, it is generation regarding commonwealths. Teal, you look like you're dying.
There's a lot of big words. They're 3 very large words that I've not heard in a sentence before.
Generation regarding commonwealths.
Age of Empires?
Oh, Teal, you messed up. Lewis got it.
As if!
That's a point to the guest.
It is, yeah.
Cool. There you go, see?
Well done.
But I got another one to make up, and this one you definitely know the words to. No more cadavers here, my friend. Excellent dim.
Good night.
Perfect dark.
Ah, fuck.
That's the one! That's the one!
And good night, I'm leaving.
I like good night, though. I like good night as a guest.
It's nice. I hate this round.
The round that you have put us through for many years.
Yes, because it's so easy when you write them. You go to a website and look at some words. It's so easy.
I've always liked it. I've never been good at it, but I always like it.
Well, we'd like to end the little show with questions from the viewers. We've got an email, gamingtakesages@gmail.com, and we'd love for you to email in with gaming stories and gaming questions and gaming stuff. We do have something. We have someone. We have a question from a Mr. Cool Button. Oh, sorry, they're a Sir Cool Button. They're really enjoying the show. It's fast becoming one of my favourite 2 blokes in separate side-by-side boxes gaming-based podcasts that they've ever seen. Their question is, have either of you ever played the game for so long, let's say maybe 24 hours, non-stop, in order to get to the end, just to fail at the very last minute and ruin the whole thing? And if so, did it cause you to react in such an extreme loud way that it may have been heard by the wider community? Has that ever happened?
This Sir Cool Button's talking in quite a round way, it's kind of roundabout way.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
I'm 2 for 2 on shit puns today. Let's go.
I would say that for me, yes. I've not the 24 hours thing, but certainly I've gotten angry at games.
I've been present to you getting angry for many games.
The angriest I've ever got was Eterna Noctis. It's like a 2D Metroidvania, and it is fun to a point, but it is unbelievably brutal. Like, and they gave me a review copy of the game under the proviso I finish it. I was like, okay, I'll do a whole series.
That's so wild, because what if it's just too hard for you that you can't finish it? What happens?
Well, that's the thing. I had to keep going. It was, and I just, it battered me. It absolutely battered me, and I hated every second of anything midway through onwards. Like it just
Maybe many
broke
years
me.
ago, these developers got a very severe dislike of you. So they decided, let's make a game, and then we'll give him a review copy, but he has to play the whole thing, and we'll make it very, very difficult for him.
Yeah. Yeah,
It was all about
the
you this
trailer
whole time,
didn't
Teal.
quite describe how hard it would be or look that bad. Like when I watched it, I was like, this looks like a lot of fun. I would love to play this. Let's see if I'll get a copy. And I did, but at a cost to my own sanity. It truly broke me. So that's my answer.
What exactly was the question again?
Have you basically just what made you really angry? Like,
well, it was like playing the game for a very long time, right?
well, yeah, they played a game for 24 hours to get to the very end, and they lost at the last second. Maybe it was 24 hours around the Nürburgring, Gran Turismo 4. Maybe they ballsed up the final corner. Maybe, I've no idea.
So I actually kind of have this story.
Oh,
it's
okay.
not 24 hours. When I was a kid, we had an NES. That was like the only console we had, and we had 3 games. We never got any more. We still probably have only 3 games, if that. It was a long time before we eventually got a PS1. So I played those 3 games a lot, and on the NES you can't save. So one of those games was Super Mario Bros. 3, and I used to play it all the time. And obviously, every time I'd have to start from the beginning again. And one time I was playing it all morning, and then I'd got to the final level for the first time ever, Bowser's Castle. But we had to go to my granny's house for a dinner. I don't know if it was Easter or something. So we had to go out, and she lives in a different town, so it was a whole thing. Go out for the whole day, and I was like begging my mum, please, can I leave it on? Can I leave the game running and come back and do it? I've never got this far before. She was like, oh, okay. So we went out, and then we came back in the evening, and I came back, turned on the TV, and I started playing it again. And I'd never come close. I'd never even seen it before. And like when you get to Bowser's Castle, there's like these bricks, and it's like, oh, whoa, brick walls. This is wild. And then there's the statues that shoot lasers, and you're like, whoa, what? And then I died, and I was really tired, so I just turned it off. And to this day, I've never beaten that game. That was the furthest I ever got. And I wasn't very angry. I was just tired.
Yeah.
But that story has stuck with me, and it shaped me in that I never beat that game, and now I can never finish a project for my entire life. I start a lot of things, and I do not finish them.
Fair enough. That's tragic.
Also, one time when I was very young, my friends came around, and we were playing it 2-player, and I was so worried that they were going to take my turn, but I needed the toilet. So I just pissed myself because I didn't want them to take my turn while I was gone.
Nice.
That's a pro gamer move right there.
Yeah.
I love it.
I did a similar thing. I speedran Toy Story Racer for 11 hours and just didn't go to the toilet or eat. That's it's not healthy.
Yikes. Yeah, sometimes I do forget.
Don't do that.
And then like once I stop playing, I get up and I'm like, oh my god, I need the toilet so bad. Why didn't I know this whole time?
Lewis, you're gonna say
I don't
something?
think I have anything like that. I don't have anything where I was playing for 24 hours. I can't remember like reaching the end of a game and getting particularly angry at one specific thing. But I do remember my brother and I were playing. Oh my god! It was Animaniacs on PS2, right? of all the games. And we were at the final boss, and he was in his room, and I had the PS2 in my room, and I was playing it. And I played the final boss without him, and I didn't realize how late it was getting. And I kept going and going and going and going and trying, and I beat it. And as it was dying, I like paused the game, and I went and got my brother, and I was like, Ryan, we've done it. I did it. Do you want to come and see the ending? We're gonna go watch the ending. It was like 1 a.m. So I just woke my brother up to be like, and he's sort of very sleepy and tired. He was like, I don't really, okay, yeah, cool, let's see it. And then we watched the ending. The ending of the game sucks. And then he just went back to bed, and I went to bed. And I remember thinking, wow, worth it. And then I was really tired at school the next day, and I don't know why.
You don't know why?
I can't imagine. I really
no,
can't.
I might have an idea.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And even more unfathomably, nobody cared that I'd beaten Animaniacs on the PS2 at school. Like,
No.
come on now.
No, your teachers didn't want to know.
Nah.
Devastating.
But they never did.
Yeah.
They never did. This
I
wasn't the
didn't
first
know
time
there
I'd mentioned
was
it
an
to them, you know.
Animaniacs.
What, sorry?
I didn't know there was an Animaniacs game.
Yeah, there was a couple.
There were a few. I had one on Game Boy Advance as well. I remember that one being a bit naff. I remember the PS2 one more fondly than it probably is. I think I played it on one of your streams once, Teal.
You did.
Actually.
You did it for, it was either a charity stream. Yeah, I think it was a charity stream.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, we I got a lot of comments when I released the every Looney Tunes game. Like, where's the Animaniacs game? It's like, it's not Looney Tunes franchise.
Not the same thing.
It's not the same thing. I can understand why you think it is. It is not. Doesn't count. They're not in there. Don't ask. Stop asking, please. I'm not doing it. But yeah. But we also came up with our own topic because we do. I guess related to Daikatana in a sense. What game were you excited for that turned out to be a letdown?
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's going first?
Well, I've got two.
I don't.
So
I have two, but one is kind of a joke.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll say Crash Purple, Spyro Orange. As a kid, I was like, "Oh my god, Crash and Spyro meeting together! This is gonna be the best thing ever!" And it is a very, very poor mini game collection game, and they're also both the same game twice, effectively. I mean, I guess Pokemon does the same thing, but I assumed it was going to be a different game, and I mean it is sort of, but barely. And yeah, just a very, very big disappointment. And to this day, we've still not had the true Crash Spyro crossover outside of Crash Team Racing and Crumble. So that is a shame. The other one is Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. It's such a mean thing to say because there's so much heart put into it, and there's some really good things that it does, but the story doesn't really work. And it might be that we just got the bad ending. We there's multiple ending. Maybe we got the worst one, but yeah, it just didn't nail. I think it would have been less of a problem if they didn't split it in half. I don't know.
I'd agree with that.
I don't know. It's hard to judge, but the fact that it was released in 2 parts with a 2-month gap between the 2 parts, it didn't really need it. It didn't add anything to the story, and I think it would have been I'm not going to spoil it because it's still a new game and whatnot, but where it ends, it has a cliffhanger of sorts, but it's still a thing where it made us think about things that had happened prior and going forward, but it didn't need the cliffhanger to add anything to the story besides, we need more time to develop it. That's what it seems like.
It was yeah.
So it's just they could have just
strange cliffhanger.
They should have just delayed it, and it would have been a good mid-game. Oh my god, this is a huge part of that puzzle. Now let's find out where that's going. And it just didn't. It didn't really mean anything splitting it up in such a big way, in such a dramatic way. And again, it's not that the moment is not impactful or important. It's just it didn't warrant the gap, I guess, in a weird way. Anyway, I know I'm speaking in riddles because I'm trying not to spoil huge plot points for a game that came out a month ago. But still, like it's yeah. Anyway, who's next?
Lewis is next.
So he is. Probably my biggest one, as much as it pains me to say it, is ukulele. Mentioned banjo at the start of the podcast. Huge fan of Rare generally. Really excited to see how Playtonic brought it into the new generation, and I was really kind of underwhelmed with it. I think a big part of that is because it takes a lot of its design cues from Tui as opposed to Kazooie,
Yes.
and I've always sort of preferred the original one. I think another one is just, in a strange way, I think Banjo-Kazooie was as good as it was because it had to be filtered through so many different restrictions.
Yeah, for sure.
Time, budget, performance, technology.
Yeah.
I think the ability that they've had to be able to span out on a Unity stage with the next gen hardware and everything like that means that it was easier to find ways to make the game work, but not in a as fun way as being able to dive down into the trash compactor and swim into a giant metal shark and stuff like that. There's so much that I remember from those games, and even Tui, which I didn't play as a kid. I remember so much more about that than I do in ukulele, which is.
I have a question for you with ukulele. Did you play it at launch?
Yes.
And did you play it since then?
Yes.
Because I was going to say, it did receive...
Since the update.
Yeah, I was going to say, it received a huge update, which I do feel changed the game quite significantly. It did make it a lot better.
I am pretty interested to see what they do in Yuka Replayly.
Yes, they're also... Yeah, Replayly's coming out this year. So
Yuka Replayly? I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, it's a HD, remaster of it to make it better.
The original was in 480p.
Yeah, it is though. It's making it look nicer.
It's a funny joke.
Yeah,
I hope they did that as a joke because it's hilarious.
But it is.
For sure.
But it is. It's improving a lot of the stuff. So in the original game, when you go to a level, it's not actually the full level. It's only a fraction of it, like a third or a quarter. And even within that third or quarter, there's still things that aren't available to you, even though it should be. And you basically have to get some pages from within the level and then go outside the level, put the pages in the book, and you go into the book, and then the full level is expanded and you've got access to it all. They got rid of that. It's now just all available to you because they realised real bad. It doesn't work. It's not fun.
It's very obnoxious.
Yeah, it just... If I'm going into a level and I want to complete it, I don't want to have to scour it twice. Especially not the bits I've already been to, because there might be something new now. Because there's no way of knowing if there's something new where you've already been.
That was the other really irritating bit, yeah. You should come back and maybe 40% of this world you've already picked clean.
Yeah.
But you don't know which parts, because now there's all new ways. You don't know how to get there because you lose your place because you've already done the stuff, so there's no guidance. I don't know. Yeah, it was
very obnoxious and not fun. But they're adding a lot of stuff. They're adding just general quality of life things, better level design for some of the pages, new challenges here and there, better boss fights, just a mixture of just making it what it should have been in the first place. And they are also working on a sequel. That's actually a 3D collectible platformer. They have shown off nothing of that, but it has been in the works, I think, since The Impossible Lair. So it's very much when this comes out, it's probably going to be next year or the year after, I would imagine. So that's quite exciting. And I guess we'll probably find out a release date for this in a couple weeks because of Summer Game Fest period is when we're going to just get all the gaming news.
Very true. And then my other big disappointment is Wolf Among Us 2.
Yeah, fair enough. I half expected you to say Lost Records, Bloom Rage.
Well, nah, to be honest, I kind of got the vibe this wasn't going to be as good for me as the Life is Strange stuff we'd seen. Just fucking tell us. Just fucking tell us when Wolf Among Us 2 is coming out. Please, I beg you. I beg you. I just need... I've had to watch my most anticipated game get cancelled, nearly cancelled, and resurrected. Twice. I just need to know everything's okay.
We might find out in a week or so. We might
said
not.
That for the last 3 years.
Yes, but it's been 3 years. That's plenty of development time. Games take a while.
It's just being kept in the dark. Yeah, of course. It's just being kept in the dark. And of course, the fact that it came back from the dead.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's Kingdom Hearts 4, because Square Enix cancelled Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, which is a mobile game, and people were excited for it, but they cancelled it. And basically, as oh, sorry, they were like, okay, we understand you're sad, and we understand that you want to know that Kingdom Hearts 4 is okay. Yes, Kingdom Hearts 4 is still in development. We're really passionate about it. Here's 8 screenshots. It's tiny, seemingly insignificant. There's actually a surprising amount in those 8 screenshots. But I think everyone should actually learn from that, and every 6 months or so, just be like, here's 8 or 5 to 10 out of context screenshots that mean either nothing or it's seemingly nothing, but has loads of context. And because Kingdom Hearts 4, one of the images was of a phone, of a phone, an old phone where it's the phone is on top and you pick it up and it's
the rotary one.
Yeah, and it's sorry, what? But people have already deduced that it's because Sora's in the real world. It's probably, I can't remember what the connotation is. It's a Japanese myth phone where you contact the dead via this phone. So everyone was like, sorry, one of the important screenshots you've given us after 3 years of nothing is a phone. But actually, it probably has a lot of connotations. So yeah, I think every company should do that and just be every 6 months, just here's something, a crumb, anything. Here you go. It's still in development, we promise. Unless it's not, in which case it's dead. I mean, it's just...
Yes. Good. So, I mean, we talked in the last episode about my disappointments around Star Wars Battlefront 2 and how it can never be. Just never be. And obviously, I talk a lot about I mostly play indie games, and there has been a lot of indie games that I've been disappointed with, which is kind of, it'll happen. They don't always have the budgets and stuff, but I won't go into that because I think a lot of the time it is just that I didn't enjoy them. Especially when I first got Steam, it was all these games were there and I was like, oh, there's so many games, and then a Steam sale would happen and I get 100 games for £10. And then I would play them and be like, oh, this game, I'm not into this game. So my Steam library is enormous now. But I kind of have 2. So one is the last time that I decided to spend a lot of money on a game. If you know me, I don't spend much money on games. I will only really get games if they're cheap or if I get gifted them. And this all kind of came from one game, which was I can't remember what year it was. I guess I was probably 19, so I'm not going to do the math. But I used to really, really, really love Adventure Time. I still like Adventure Time, but I used to really, really like Adventure Time. And at the time, I was Let's Playing, which factors into this story as well. So I had a Let's Play channel, and I was actually actively Let's Playing at the time, which is wild because every time I've tried to do that since, it's not been something I've been able to stick with. But there was an Adventure Time game coming out called something like Let's Explore the Dungeon Because I Don't Know or something.
Yeah,
that's it.
So I went out and I got that game and it was like £45 or something, and I was like, even then I was not really spending more than £30 on games, and I was like, oh, okay, but I said that I was gonna let's play it, so I'll get it and I'll let's play it, and then I started let's playing it, and I was like, this is not making for a good let's play, and it's also not that fun, and I was very disappointed, and that's the last time that I've like spent a lot of money on a game, and it was many, many years ago. So that was one. But then there's another one which has a long story, which is somewhat interesting. So when I was a kid, I was really into Bionicle. This game is not a Bionicle game, so that's just where the story starts. So I would make my own like characters with all like the Bionicle parts and stuff. And if you were into Bionicle, then you might remember that a lot of the Toa characters had one of the hand joints like on the front of their body, or the little ball joints, and it was because when you make the big combiner model you need those extra parts, so they just put them on the front. So it was kind of like a meaningless thing, but like when I was a kid I was like, oh, this is really cool, like what is this bit, what's it supposed to be? And I'm like, maybe like you pull it out and then the character can't breathe anymore. So like I had these characters like that, and then I was telling my dad about it, and he was like, oh, it's like in June. And I was like, what's that? And when I say June, I don't mean June, I mean Dune, or Dune if you want to talk in a funny way. So he was telling me about June, and he will have been talking about the David Lynch version, I think, which came out in the 80s. So I don't know when that came out.
70s, 80s, back then, yeah.
Yeah. And he was telling me all these things about this, and there's big sandworms and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And from that moment on, I was always like really interested in this like thing that I'd never seen, and I'd always like try and, whenever I went to a shop that sells like DVDs, I'd be looking out for it, like, oh, is it there? Can I find it there? Like, get it for my dad for Christmas or something, then we can watch it. But I never did. I never found it. I think that version is kind of a cult movie. Like, you're not likely to find it.
I think it's on Disney Plus.
Is
That
it?
helps.
Well, I one time when I was looking through games in probably Game Station, I don't know what game shop exactly. Probably one that's not around anymore. I stumbled across the PS2 game Frank Herbert's Dune, and I was like, I was looking at it. I was like, is this it? Is this it? And I looked at the back, and there's a big sandworm. I'm like, this must be the thing. This must be the thing. And I was like, obviously, it was a game version of that. But I was like, this is the closest I've ever got to finding this thing. So I bought it, and then I played it, started playing it, and well, Teal, you've played it.
I have played it. We did.
When you came out to my house, I showed it to you.
We did, and Until I Die, which extended into a let's try, because I think I died within the first 5 seconds.
It's rough, right?
Yeah,
It's
the
difficult,
first
it's
bit
awkward.
does not tell you anything. It does
Yeah,
not help
and
you at
there
all.
is a tutorial that is like separate, like in the
Right.
menu, and that is weird and difficult and something I never understood, so I would always skip that. And then all the NPCs had the same dialogue.
I can't remember what it is they say.
Yeah, it was like, we haven't seen a nobleman here
Yeah, in
as well,
such
or something.
time, yeah.
Yeah. Which is really awkward. And from that moment on, I gave up on the quest for June. They have since made a big movie franchise of Dune.
Yes, they have.
Now, but My dad's dead, so I can't share that with him.
Thank you for watching, everyone.
Okay.
What a wonderful
That's
note.
been
What a
Gaitaker.
wonderful note to end on. Yeah. Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
In fact, I think I actually gave the game to you so that you could play the whole thing.
You might
I don't
have.
think they have.
Yeah, I might have it. It's possible. It's possibly in the cupboard of all the games, yeah. I guess since let's not end on that note. I have maybe one more.
Have they made any Dune games like based on the new?
Yeah, but I think there's one that I think is like a strategy game or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I know
I'd
there's a
imagine it's
board
probably like a
game.
mobile or something.
There's a big board game.
Well, yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, I have one more that was a letdown, but not for the same reason. So Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep came out, and I was really excited for it, but it was a PSP game, so I didn't have a way to record it, so I didn't do a playthrough or anything. But our good friend David had a forum. So I was like, what I'll do is I'll do like a text Let's Play and just give my feelings as I'm playing it.
That's
a text play.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I thought that'd be fun. And then I did I did 3 worlds of the game, and then you unlock an arena. And in the original PSP version, this could be done online, which is fun. And if you know anything about my internet back then, it was literally slower than the Sahara Desert. I know this because I looked it up. Like it's genuinely slower than the Sahara Desert. I'm like, okay, that's bad. So yeah. I didn't connect.
About that.
Oh
my god!
I didn't connect to online.
Streams from back then.
Oh, they were.
Do you remember?
They were. Of course I do. They were 144p. Yeah. Like, yeah. So I didn't go online because I knew it was futile. But I was like, okay, the arenas can be done offline, so let's do an arena or 2. I get to the boss of the first arena, and it crashes the game. I had not saved at all this whole time.
No.
5+ hours or so. I didn't play the game again for another year. That's just huge letdown. Absolutely devastating. So, yeah.
That's pretty rough.
It was. It felt terrible. I was so angry.
On that note, though, because everyone in this call has previously or currently Let's Played. Your idea of the text Let's Play got me thinking, do you guys have any idea, or like, while we, Emil, in your case, while you and I were doing Let's Plays, did you ever think of like a unique idea for a Let's Play that you were sort of excited to try? Because I have one that's not dissimilar to a text play.
I mean, for me, yeah, but like people did it since and did it much more successfully because, like a lot of things, like everything, my stuff is ahead of its time until I die.
I have a lot of fun ideas.
Kingdom Hearts fan dub Let's Play. Ahead of its time, not recognized. It's always happens.
Like Vincent van Gogh, though, it will be recognised.
It won't.
Perhaps too late. You don't know that.
Yeah, I do. But the algorithm has fucked me.
I remember I used to love Rhythm Heaven. I think it was in the UK on the DS, and I always thought in my head one day I would do. You know how some Let's Plays, they used to call it blind Let's Plays. If you knew nothing about the game going in, I always wanted to do a Rhythm Heaven deaf. Do it with no sound.
Oh, that's great.
And see how well I'd actually like memorized everything. Because I got like really good at Rhythm Heaven.
That'd be fun.
I love that game.
You know, I thought that I hadn't, but now I think about it, I did come up with something, and it's the reason that my channel died and I stopped Let's Playing.
Oh,
I'm sorry to bring it up.
I know what this is.
I was doing a Let's Play of Super Time Force, which is a game that I still think is amazing and is the best. Well, it was kind of the original time loop game. A lot of games have sort of done that thing since, but Super Time Force is the best. And you were both guests on it. I got a guest so there's like 4 levels in each I don't know what you call it, section. So for the first level in each section or something, I would get a new guest to join me, and you two were guests, and there were some other people that were guests. And then for the last section, I decided that I would get all of the guests back for this part, but it would be I would be time traveling. I would go and get them from the past. So I cut up little bits of everything that everyone said, and I sort of responded to it and made a conversation out of it. So I had all these little voice clips from all of you, just from that were cut out from the previous episodes where you'd been guests, and that just proved to be too mammoth a task, and I never released it.
It's very ambitious for.
It's a cool idea.
It's a very cool, very ambitious idea for something that realistically 100 people max would ever see.
Yeah, well, it was mainly for me.
Yeah.
But it was also ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
it's a really cool idea, though.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll call it here for now. Thank you very much for watching. Would you like to plug anything, Lewis?
Sure. Yeah, if I may. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
I have a channel called LJ where I make silly little videos. I don't know really what to call them. Some of them are kind of video essays. Some of them are kind of just talking about movies. Some of them are kind of just dog shit. But please do feel free to check it out. It's LJ101. I got the guy with the cardboard box and the hot dog on his head. That's me. Culture My Arts, big thing I'm also a part of. Hopefully, Series 3 coming later this year.
Yes.
Stay tuned for that.
That's a podcast. A beautiful, very, very funny podcast.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's a scripted podcast, so we're playing more sort of characters.
Yes.
So I promise I'm a lot more eloquent there than I was here. And I'd also like to recommend these guys and their respective works because they're great. On my screen, I'm pointing at you guys.
Oh, I think you're pointing at nothing on the final screen, but yeah, thanks.
My watching the curtain.
I think it's you want to go up.
These guys.
You want to point up.
Can't do it without them.
But yeah, well, thank you. Well, next week we'll be looking at Space Channel 5, and then the week after that, Friday the 13th, it's June Friday the 13th, yeah. The Legend of Dragoon, and also maybe a little look at Tomb Raider on the Game Boy, perhaps. But yeah, if you'd like to email some personal anecdotes about any of these games, please do email in to gamingtakesages@gmail.com. All the YouTube comments if you're watching there and whatnot. But yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.